Laura was 35, and her life had once been driven by a love strong enough to change her destiny. Years ago she had run away from home with Thomas, the man she loved, and married him despite her family's opposition. Back then, love felt fearless, like it could survive anything. In the beginning they were happy. They had little, but their hearts were full. Over time though, life changed. Thomas became busy building his business, often away from home for work. The house that once felt warm with laughter slowly grew quiet. Laura spent more and more days alone, missing the closeness they once shared. One evening, while returning from the market, she met a young man named Stifen who lived nearby. He helped carry her bags and walked her home. It was just a small act of kindness. Whenever Thomas came home from work, he cared for Laura deeply. He loved her very much. One evening he said gently, "Thomas, Laura, I'm not able to give you enough time. Do you feel upset about that?" "Laura, no, I love you a lot. Why would you say that?" "Thomas, just a thought." "Laura, don't say that again. You work for us, why would I be angry?" The next morning Thomas left for the office, and Laura was alone at home. Ring-a-ring, the doorbell rang. She opened the door. Stifen was standing there. "Laura, oh, Stifen, you here?" "Stifen, yes, I was passing by, thought I'd see you." "Laura, why are you standing outside? Come in, tea or coffee?" "Stifen, no, I don't need anything." Laura smiled and asked, "Laura, tell me about yourself." "Stifen, what do you do?" "Stifen, nothing big, I work small job in an office nearby." They kept talking and lost track of time. It was almost time for Thomas to return home. "Stifen, I should go now. See you again." "Laura, oh, you're our neighbor. Stay a little, I'll introduce you to my husband." Stifen, nervous, "It's late, Laura. I'll meet him some other time." He left quickly. As he stepped out, Thomas saw him. But when Thomas came inside, he didn't ask Laura a single question about Stifen. In that silence, there were more questions than words. Laura said softly, "Laura, you know a boy lives near our house, Stifen. He came to see me today. He once dropped me home from the market, so he stopped by." "Thomas, what was he saying?" "Laura, nothing important, just talking." The next morning, Thomas received a message on his phone, a photo of Laura and Stifen together hugging. Even after seeing it, Thomas controlled his anger. He said nothing and quietly left for work. After he left, Stifen came again to meet Laura. They were talking when suddenly Thomas returned home. Stifen trembled with fear on seeing him. Thomas, furious, "What are you two doing here?" "Laura, do you meet him every day?" "The video Stifen sent yesterday, was all that true?" Laura, shocked, "What video? Who sent you anything?" "Thomas, I go to work and you do this here." In anger he slapped Laura. She burst into tears. Thomas hit Stifen too and drove away in rage. Stifen held Laura as she cried. "Stifen, don't cry." Maybe Thomas misunderstood. After a while, he left. When Stifen reached home, he was extremely happy, as if everything had gone exactly as he had planned. He immediately called Laura. "Stifen, Laura, if you want, you can stay with me. I love you a lot. You may not remember, but you are my junior in college. I've known you since then and loved you. The photos and videos Thomas received I edited and sent them myself. So he would leave you and you would come to me." Laura exploded in anger. "Laura, shame on you, Stifen, for your selfish gain. You broke my home. How low can you be?" "Stifen, coldly, if you don't come to me, I'll send those photos and videos to everyone." And he cut the call. Laura was alone at home crying. She kept calling Thomas again and again, but he wasn't answering. Fear and anxiety were closing in on her. After some time, Thomas finally called. "Thomas, don't worry. I'm at the police station. I'm coming home, we'll talk." Hearing this eased Laura's heart a little. She waited for him, deciding she would tell him everything Stifen had confessed. Then the doorbell rang. Thinking Thomas had arrived, She opened the door, but Stifen was standing there, something in his hand. Terrified, Laura tried to shut the door. But Stifen forced his way inside. He grabbed her tightly. In that moment, Laura felt her world slipping away as Stifen dragged her away against her will. Thomas arrived home with the police. The door was open, and things inside were scattered. Laura was gone. Thomas' voice breaking Laura aware. Where are you? He shouted her name, but only silence answered. The police searched everywhere, but there was no sign of her. Thomas grew desperate. The police began a full search. 2 days passed, still no trace of Laura. Meanwhile, Stifen had locked Laura in a closed room. She was weak and exhausted, barely able to speak. Tears rolled down her face. Stifen, tell me, Laura, what do you want? I'll give you anything, just listen to me. Leave Thomas. Laura said nothing. Her silence spoke more than words ever could. The third night, Thomas refused to give up. Police had traced Stifen's phone location to an old rented house on the edge of the city. The building looked silent, almost abandoned, but Thomas's heart knew Laura was inside. Police surrounded the place. Suddenly, bang! The door burst open. Torchlights flooded the dark room. Police! Stifen tried to run, but officers tackled him to the ground. His lies, his manipulation, his cruelty all ended in that moment. Thomas rushed past them. He saw Laura. Broken, shaking, but alive. He dropped to his knees beside her. Laura, I'm here, you're safe now. Her eyes slowly opened. Tears slipped down. But this time they weren't from fear. They were from relief. Outside, the night was still dark. But for Laura, the nightmare was finally over. Stifen using edited photos and videos is very modern and realistic. Today, technology can be used to kill, create false proof, destroy trust, emotionally trap someone. So the story is inspired by the fear of what if what we see isn't true. In a world of edited truth, don't let appearances decide the fate of real relationships.